Hi, our paper for this online conference is titled Psychological Determinants of Trade Union Membership, a Systematic Literature Review and Research Agenda. So, why do we need to conduct a systematic literature review? Basically, a systematic review is an examination of a clearly formulated question that uses systematic and explicit methods to identify, select and critically appraise relevant research and to collect and analyze data from studies that are included in the review. Statistical methods may or may not be used to analyze and summarize the results of the included studies. Via a systematic review, authors' claims of rigor in their research can be justified, allowing for the identification of gaps and needed directions for future research. For instance, in this article, the future research on the predictors of trade union membership. Then, what exactly does systematic literature review or SLR focus? Despite abundance of studies on labor union, efforts to systematically review these studies are still lacking. This article attempts to fill the gap in understanding, and identifies and characterizes the psychological determinants of trade union membership. Reports on the factors in the peer-reviewed literature are used as a proxy of determinants, underscoring that this study provides a general and baseline overview on determinants of trade union membership. To construct a relevant systematic review or SLR, the current article is guided by the main research question: what are the psychological determinants of trade union membership? Thus, the main focus of the study was on psychological determinants of trade union membership. A special focus was given to psychological factors which influence trade union membership. In methodology section, the reviewers used the method called PRISMA, which includes resources, scopus and dimensions, used to run the systematic review, eligibility and exclusion criteria, steps of the review process, identification, screening, eligibility, and data abstraction and analysis. The review was guided by the PRISMA statement, preferred reporting items for systematic reviews and meta-analyses. PRISMA is often utilized within the psychology field. It offers three unique advantages, which are 1. Defining clear research questions that permits a systematic research, 2. It identifies inclusion and exclusion criteria, and 3. It attempts to examine large database of scientific literature in a defined time. The PRISMA statement allows for rigorous search of terms related to factors or determinants of trade union membership reviews. The resources of the review relied on two main journal databases, namely Scopus, one of the largest abstract and citation databases of peer-reviewed literature with more than 22,800 journals from 5,000 publishers worldwide. Scopus consists of diverse subject areas such as psychological sciences, social sciences, agriculture and biological sciences. The second database is Dimensions.I, which contains more than 100 million publications, ranging from articles published in scholarly journals, books and book chapters, to preprints and conference proceedings. All publications are contextualized with linked datasets, funding, publications, patents, clinical trials, and policy documents. In terms of eligibility and exclusion criteria, several eligibility and exclusion criterion are determined. First, with regard to literature type, only article journal with empirical data are selected, which means review article, book series, book, chapter and book and conference proceeding are all excluded. Second, in order to avoid any confusion and difficulty in translating, the searching efforts excluded the non-English publication and focused only on articles published in English. Thirdly, with regard to timeline, a period of 5 years are selected, between 2016 and 2020. An adequate period of time to see the evolution of research and related publications. The PRISMA flowchart diagram shows the process of systematic literature review. First, in the identification stage, collectively 1,263 articles were identified and 890 duplicate articles were removed. Then, 167 articles were excluded and 206 articles were further screened. In the eligibility stage, 179 full-text articles excluded, with reasons, leaving 27 full-text articles assessed for eligibility. The assessment are done manually, and finally, 16 studies included in qualitative synthesis. The review resulted in 4 main themes related to psychological determinants of trade union membership. The 4 main themes are individual antecedents of trade union membership, the trade union organizing and membership governance, the residual effect of the individual antecedents toward trade union, and overall strategy to strengthen the trade union membership, in particular. Finally, the systematic review suggests several recommendations for future research agenda. First, more qualitative studies are needed as it offers in-depth analysis and detailed explanations on the 4 above-mentioned reviewed themes. Second, To have specific and a standard systematic review method for guide research synthesis in context of psychological determinants of trade union membership, and thirdly to practice complementary searching techniques such as citation tracking, reference searching, snowballing and contacting experts. Thank you. In the end, all questions can be emailed to azizanmadams.edu.my